Taylor and Ashley, and we are here to spill some tea.
We actually got tea this time.
Yeah. Mugs.
With
Ready. Not like last time.
Yeah, we came prepared. I brought my favorite mug from my cute little store in Stanton, Virginia.
And I've got one that I got from the office.
Sarah did not bring her mug, so we found one for her.
I borrowed.
Yeah. So, guys, we are here to talk about what the selling process for your home looks like today.
It is super exciting.
Yes.
So you've decided it's time to sell the house. You're ready to upgrade. You got to move. Whatever the situation is, this is how it's going to go down.
Yes. So the selling process might seem a little bit intimidating at first, but a good agent is really going to make it pretty smooth for you.
Yeah.
So we just want to talk about what your first couple steps are going to look like, what it's going to look like halfway through, and then what it's going to look like at the closing table.
Exactly. So the first thing you're going to really want to do is talk to an agent to figure out how much your home could potentially sell for, or if there's any repairs that probably need to be made before it hits the market, things that are going to help you sell your home faster and for a higher price, really.
Mm-hmm. Really, that initial conversation with your agent is so important. So if you replaced the water heater last year, that's great for us to know. If you just updated the HVAC, that's great for us to know, because we're going to use those tips to make your house more marketable. But if you don't tell us, we don't know.
We don't know. So we've got to go off what you said.
It's as simple as that. So an agent is really, a good agent, I should say, is going to be realistic with you. I know we've touched on this before, but you can get kind of caught up because it's your home, it's your personal belongings, that you think it's worth the world. But we're going to tell you what it's really worth.
Yeah, based on the market.
You never know.
Yeah, it could be awesome. And the best thing is we're going to do is we're going to give you all the different scenarios that could potentially happen, just to make sure that they still work for you and you still want to move forward with the selling process. So we'll give you best case scenario, which everyone wants, and a lot of people are actually getting right now in the Hampton Roads market. What will probably happen, the average thing of what's most likely to happen, and then, worst case scenario, just so that way you have an idea of the full picture before you go into it.
Yep, and one of the big things when initially getting your house sold is your agent is going to need the payoff for your home. So if you're still in a mortgage, that plays a huge factor, because obviously there are fees involved throughout the process for yourself that you also have to kind of take into account for the closing table, that sort of things. So we need that payoff so that we can really get you those accurate numbers. So that's a big first step.
Yeah, and real estate agent's going to walk you through what those numbers are going to look like in each scenario. So best case scenario, what your numbers are going to look like. Average scenario, what your numbers are going to look like. Worst case scenario, what your numbers are going to look like. So that way you know what you're getting into before you even put the for sale sign up front in your yard.
Correct.
Yeah.
So we also want to talk about the importance of when your house is getting ready to go live, you need an agent. Like Taylor and myself are really big on marketing your home properly. That's so important. So just to have that conversation with your agent before you really, sign any paperwork, so that you know what you're getting into and you know what the game plan is to get top dollar for your home.
Exactly. So the biggest thing is, yes, when you put it on the market, or when your agent puts it on the market, it's going to go into the MLS system, right? So from there, it's going to blast out to other agents. It's going to blast out to those agents' buyers. It's going to blast out to a lot of people. But a lot of things that me and Ashley offer to our sellers is that we also blast it to everyone else that may be thinking about buying a home but hasn't got an agent yet. We're going to blast it out to all of the social media pages. We're going to blast it on Facebook, on Pinterest, on Instagram, on the places that everyone already is. So that way your viewership is going to be at a higher rate rather than just putting it on the MLS like a normal agent would.
Yeah. A lot of people are seeing the homes pop up on their Facebooks and those sorts of things, and that's really what's grabbing their attention.
Yeah.
So it's really important that you have someone that can do that for you. Obviously, as you guys know, Taylor and I love videos. We think it makes such a huge impact. So having someone that's willing to do that for you and really showcase it, make it more personal, it's really cool. It's really nice that when you walk into a home that we're like, hey, we're chilling in the living room, like Taylor and I are chilling by this really cool fireplace right now.
Yes.
So just stuff like that can make it more personal, that people feel like they're literally inside of your home with us. Is super important.
Makes a big difference, especially for people who maybe haven't even thought about buying a home, but then they see your home and they see it's the perfect home for them. So having that marketing strategy ready there for you to go outside of just the norm will help your house sell at an even better rate.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then I know we touched base last week too about like people getting multiple offers, so that's still really common right now.
Yeah.
So once your house goes live, a big thing is making yourself ready, available to show the house. So you want to make sure that your house is ready to go, tip-top shape, clean, all of those things, and then you're able to leave the property so that it can be shown.
Yeah.
That's when we're going to be able to put in our best work to get people in the home.
Having that flexibility is going to be key because not every buyer is available at certain times. Not every buyer can go in at the times that you are available. So another key thing for having the video ready to go at any point in time. So that way, if you aren't available, you can blast that video out to the buyer, or your agent can blast that video out to those potential buyers before even stepping into the home. Yeah.
So once we get an offer, so let's jump forward a little bit. So we
Yeah.
have an offer, we've accepted it, we've agreed to terms, we've crunched the numbers, we kind of know what's going on.
What happens next?
Correct. We're going to go into kind of an inspection period.
Yes, so average inspection period time is about 10 days. So most agents are going to ask for that. If it's less, that's even better for you as a seller, so that way they have to make a decision faster. So what's going to happen is the buyer's going to have an inspector to come out and make sure that the house is stable, it's not falling apart.
Correct.
There's nothing that's a major safety issue for the home. And if there is anything that pops up as a major red flag, maybe there was something in the crawl space that you didn't know about.
Correct.
It happens.
Yeah, and that's one thing, it does just happen.
Yeah.
So I feel like I know as a seller it could be kind of hard to have someone come into your house. You have to take into account that a home inspector's job is to literally flag every single last little detail.
For their liability.
Exactly. So they're covering themselves.
Yeah.
So they're not trying to call you out. They're not trying to make you look like you are a bad homeowner.
Yeah.
That's just what they do. So, but from there, so they're going to have the inspection. The other side, so the people that are trying to buy your house, are going to get us a list of what they want to get fixed, and then we'll kind of look at it, and it's kind of a negotiation again. Yes, I'll fix this. No, I won't. So, especially when you're in a heavy first-time home buyer kind of area, they see the report and they freak out.
First-time home buyers are very scared, very
Yeah.
nervous, which makes a lot of sense because, I mean, you're selling your home, you know what it's like to buy your first home.
Yes.
A little nervous, you're a little scared, you've never spent this much money in your life. So you want to make sure that the home that you're buying is safe and tip-top and ready to make for them to have a home there.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a lot of times on the other side, that agent knows that some of the requests that they're asking for probably aren't reasonable. So that's kind of where we step in as helping you for listing your home, that we're like, hey guys, you can probably go to Lowe's and fix that light switch cover yourself for 55 cents.
Right. We're not going
to be doing that one today.
Right, but there is something that's a major issue that maybe that the loan appraisal won't go through because of. So for example, we have a lot of VA buyers in the area because we're heavily in the military presence. So we've got those buyers, and those appraisers need something more specific, and sometimes you'll have to have certain repairs done just so that the loan will go through and so you can get to the closing table.
Obviously, anybody buying your home is going to want the major things to work. So they're going to want the plumbing to work. They're going to want the electrical, the HVAC, those sort of things. The same as when you move into your next house, you're also going to want those things working.
Exactly.
So you have to be reasonable in understanding that those are reasonable requests.
Very standard.
You're going to get some things that are just insane. It happens every time, honestly. That's just part of the game usually.
Yeah.
So, but that's what we're going to be here for, to really kind of, coach you and talk to you about what we see the trends are, what is taken care of. And then really also, obviously, it comes down to us working with really big contractors that can get you quotes if you already have people like that in place. We have a huge database of people that we can like give them a quick call and say, hey, I need you to come price this out for me, so that we kind of know what we're looking at.
So that way, if you do need multiple quotes, so that way you can figure out who can work the fastest and hopefully for the best bang for your buck. That way they can come out and fix it quickly so you can get to the closing table even faster.
Correct.
Yeah.
So obviously that's really important. So during the time that after the inspection happens, we all agree on the repairs. Then obviously the contractors are getting out there, and we're literally just have that little bit of a wiggle time to get those repairs done before we hit that closing table. Most of the time it's going to need to be done a little bit in advance, not literally the contractor in there fixing that last light switch at the closing table. That's not how it's going to fly.
Right. Because then what's going to happen is the buyer and the buyer's agent are going to have a final walkthrough of the property. So that's to make sure that a tree didn't fall on the house between the time they last saw it and before they close on it.
And throw one last razor and punch all the holes in the wall before you go.
Right. But you understand to mess up the house too much when you're selling
really
it.
throw down the last couple days in the house.
Yes, so they're going to do the final walkthrough, and if they see any flags, they'll let you know, and we'll make sure to get those taken care of, and then we'll get you to the closing table so you can hand the keys over.
And you're at the closing table. We sign,
And we're,
and that's
then you
throw the rager.
Yeah, that's where you throw the rager.
At the new house, the new place we find you.
Yeah,
Don't tear up the old one.
right, not yet, not until you sell it.
But that's really it, guys. So it's not a super extensive process. It's honestly pretty easy if you have a good agent that's on your side. We know it can seem overwhelming, but that's why we're here to help.
Yeah, and if you're thinking about selling your home and you have questions about the process, me and Ashley are here for you, and we'll make sure to put our contact info at the end of this video for you.
But that's it, guys. We'll see you on the next one.
See you in the next video.
Bye.